Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Call the meeting to order.
Page,
Here.
Walsh,
Here.
Peters,
Here.
Wilkersberger,
Here.
Cummings,
Here.
Pratt,
Here.
Shoulders.
Here.
Oh. Awesome. This is the. We go with the. We don't have any, do we have anybody signed up to talk other than? Nobody. Is anybody, public comments? Does anybody, want to address the board? The Girl Scouts, so you have your own spot for the agenda for that. Anybody else? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Contain these consent agenda this week is the regular board meeting minutes from last time, the treasurer's report, investment recommendations, approval of bills in the amount of $113,455, special event permit, the Women's Club Christmas Parade, and consideration of recommendation to approve our insurance, our regular insurance company from Illinois Municipal League.
I do have one question. Joe, does that insurance reflect the added value of the sewer plant?
We will have a supplemental bill potentially here, but it was just adjusted throughout the summer, but this price doesn't reflect the increase yet, but we might get a supplemental bill sometime in the coming months.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion?
Walsh,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Shoulders,
Yes.
Wilkersberger,
Yes.
Cummings,
Yes.
Pratt.
Yes.
Motion passed, 6-0.
All right, new business. We have a presentation by Girl Scout Troop 4191 by Community Garden. So, ladies.
Together.
St. Joseph and Girl Scout Troop 2191. You'll remember us since the truth that gave the village a Christmas tree a couple of years ago. We came back with another proposal for the village. As a cadet Girl Scouts, we complete our Girl Scout Silver Award. To earn our reward, we identify a concern in our community and create a established solution. Our troop has noticed the number of cars lining up at the Methodist Church for Feed the Need and are noticing the concerns with food insecurity are more than we knew. We met with the Sola Gracia Farm in Urbana, Illinois, and learned about community gardening and the importance of providing healthy food for our community. Our community garden will provide lots of benefits to our village. We are hoping by creating this garden as a shared green space, we can help create social connections and encourage healthy living. The garden will help decrease local food insecurity, will provide educational resources, including recipes for using vegetables, and would enhance the neighborhood's appearance. St. Joseph has previously had a community garden that brought people together and provided nutritious options for individuals facing food insecurity. Our troop will construct a handicap accessible planter and food washing station.
Our troop will plant this first garden in spring 2026. Our goal is to inspire the community members to rent plots for the village. and grow their own produce for personal use or to share.
We want to plant our community garden at Crestwood Park, north of the gazebo and west of the soccer fields. This area has good sunlight and an established water source, has no heavy traffic, and is fully accessible.
The chief will
And lay out and prepare the soil and install infrastructure, fencing, raised beds, irrigation.
choose to plant seeds or seedlings. Organize volunteers for maintenance and harvest.
Develop plans for sharing produce.
No gardens to encourage local participation.
Awesome. Great job, ladies. Yes, thank you very much. Do you have any comments from the board? Any questions?
I think it's a great idea.
Would you guys like pictures of where we're proposing to maybe put stuff and what the banners will look like?
That'd be great.
Thank you.
So I just have one little quick question, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not get to read every single word, but so I just have a quick question about, on page 41 of phase 2, it says, the village will take over the responsibility for the community garden. So what do you mean by that?
I think what we're talking about, so the Girl Scouts would be in charge of this first phase of trying to plant this initial planter. And then in time, we would like to pass some of that responsibility back over to the village.
I'm not sure, I'm not trying to squelch anything, but I just think that's something we need to consider from a staffing standpoint.
There are, what we have here is a proposal
Yeah.
for this in phase 1, I think we're okay with.
Absolutely.
And phase 2, we'll have to have further discussions. And even in phase 1, we'll have to have further discussions with the grownups about what are the boundaries, what are the agreements, who's paying for what, so that we all know where
Yeah.
we're coming from, right?
I think ultimately, as the troop leaders, we were a little bit concerned about the girls having to, shoulder the entire responsibility of the community gardens, like for a lengthy period of time, because as you can see, we've got girls here who are in 6th and 7th grade right now. And well, I personally have an older daughter who's off at school in Minnesota, and so if she were to propose this, I would say like, I kind of don't know exactly how her scout troop could have maintained this,
Right.
For a long period of time, but I know that the girls are really excited about trying to get something started for the community and wanting to put something in place that's really kind of structured that hopefully would be able to be maintained pretty easily in time.
Before we get to phase 2, I think we could all work together to see what other community organizations can pitch in with this too.
Yes.
There's a couple I have in mind that I won't told them yet.
Yeah.
But we'll work out those details, because we have to talk about liabilities,
Yeah.
insurance and stuff.
I know that Megan's been in touch with other people in the community.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so I think what I'm asking for here is to agree to this in concept. Let's work out the details so that they can get things started this fall. Is there any problem with that? No. And we have moved the Christmas tree out to that park as well. That is done, the plaque is with it. And we have another bigger tree that's there that will decorate as well, so, that's already been done by, village staff.
Thank you. That's nice.
Awesome.
You looking for a vote?
So, yeah, a vote to agree to the phase 1 portion of this.
Well, great, thanks, Mark.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
One last question. So so you guys are doing raised beds, right? A raised bed. So in the needs, it talks about the land will need to be prepared until this fall for planting to commence in the spring.
So that is kind of a moot point since we were gonna increase that. Now,
Okay,
There were
that's
like,
changed.
kind of going back
Gotcha,
and forth
okay.
as to what might be best, but I think because St. Joe tends to have a lot of play. So
Right.
we just assumed, and for handicap accessibility, it needs to be raised anyway.
Awesome.
I think in future plots, maybe not all of the additional plots would be handicap accessible, but that might be something that could be made in here in the future.
Anyone else?
Peters,
Yes.
Childers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cummings.
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Walsh,
Yes.
motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Good job, ladies.
Okay, next item. Review of draft ordinance to modify the village code to establish an annual fee for the P3 liquor license that was adopted at the last meeting. We did not have a fee attached to it when we approved the ordinance. So that fee was $1,000, right?
So who pays that?
Yeah.
The applicant,
Okay, and they're aware of it and they're okay with it?
yes,
Basically, they'll have like,
yeah.
what'd you say?
If we set that fee, if they want us to approve it.
And I think they're expected, I think they expected that.
Okay.
We didn't get any resistance over it, so.
Thank you.
So we're not changing anything in the ordinance itself, it's just having an application fee.
Make a motion, we approve the revision to add $1,000 application fee.
I'll second.
Is this?
Or the annual license, sorry about that.
We're adding
Annual
one license to this, right?
That's what we did last time, yes.
And then so you're just adding the mechanism of a fee this time. So everything else has already been. Correct. Yeah, everything, yeah, so right in the fee, I guess just a follow up outside of the fee, but
Mhm.
two places come to the same day and pay the fee. Ooh, they show the same.
Like the exact same time, I think
I think it's first come, first served.
The hell.
Is that?
And we haven't approved. the
First,
other one, have
right,
we?
first come,
Okay.
first approved too, I mean, it has to be approved.
So they still come to, even though the application comes in, we still have to see it and approve it. No, the liquor commissioner approves the licenses. You just set the number of licenses that you want to see available at the community. So once you've already set it as one, so the liquor commissioner, if they meet the certain requirements in the ordinance, they'll approve that. But the liquor commissioner is right here. So, the fee, this is just adding a fee to it, so you all control the liquor. In your community by reducing or adding licenses through overtime.
And today we've only had one.
And it's, I believe, Art, did I hear you say annually?
No, yeah, it says annual fee on here.
So it's $1,000 per year.
I mean, they already have, is it 1,200 now for the package?
I'm pretty sure the 1,200.
So it'll be additional one.
Okay.
So they'll have two licenses simultaneously, basically.
I did remember seeing 1,200 on the
12 for the package and one for the floor.
Perfect.
Any further discussion? Their motion?
Yeah, there's a motion in a second.
Okay.
Childers,
Yes.
Wolfersberger,
Yes.
Cummings,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Walsh,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
motion passed 6-0.
I would like to pull item number 3. The gift agreement to St. Joseph Rec Foundation until we hammer out some more details as to what that agreement looks like. Mark and I have had some discussions and I just don't think we're ready for prime time. Is that how you we're not ready for prime time on that agreement. I fully anticipate some sort of decision at the next meeting, but for now, I'd like to table that, that's all right with everybody.
Agreeable to
Here's the, next one is consideration of the full membership of experienced Champaign-Urbana tourism. We get, as members of the chamber, we get, some benefits from Experience CU. But, and we've already agreed, what was it, Joe, 3 years, $500 a year for 3 years for some special events?
3 years of 2 separate $500 commitments, one for IHSA, and then the other one.
Something else big,
Foundation related initiatives.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you committed to that. This is the 3rd year.
This is the 3rd year of that commitment.
Yep.
I would like to rejoin. $700 isn't that much. And I think we're in not too distant future here, going to be doing some more commercial growth and other activities that I'd like people to. We remember, I've been looking at a tourism grant that came out this month, and membership, strong membership in a tourism bureau like Experience CU is highly recommended and gives you extra points in the grant process. And it's not the first time I've seen that. So I think it would be good for us to be able to have that in our back pocket and start communicating with them more. Part of when we talk to them, part of why we didn't get a lot of play with them is they really didn't hear from us that much.
Right.
And I really want to turn that around and start communicating better.
I think we're getting
You know,
more
not point
structured.
fingers at anybody, but you,
I think we're getting more structured and getting that stuff together where that can be a more natural kind of thing.
Right. so that's my spiel.
Didn't we talk about this like a year and a half ago? or
Yeah,
something?
we did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question to you three is like, what's the background of,
Well,
so I think we were in it and then we got dropped and then
Yes.
sort of came back, so.
It's kind of I think a lot of it was, appears to be an unknown entity. Though we haven't utilized the service. There's a lot of things that you could do that would be enhanced by just utilizing what they had. Like Jim briefly touched on the visitors, but stuff, there's things that they would include. Well, I mean, the wheelhouse, it got like the restaurant.
Restaurant week.
Yeah, but I mean, things like that, that's small thing, but there's other things. Our festival's never been put in there, and it's not their fault, it's ours. We just haven't utilized it.
Do we know what, like, is there like a list of what benefits there are?
So she's come here before and done a very large presentation where she's explained all of the things that she does for all of the communities. And of course, for the larger ones, it's a lot easier. She's there in that community.
Sure.
But I think if we give her the information, I think she's perfectly happy to entertain those. I know she talks about the rail trail, like we talked about Wheelhouse. I don't know, people go off on new ventures and things could happen for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Now, from the materials I got from them, what they're not doing for us currently, and what they would do is for our destination branding and marketing campaigns, they would give St. Joseph priority in targeted marketing or featured community status, especially during peak travel tourism seasons, which helps elevate its profile. We're just background noise at this point to them. When they do their focuses and features and presentations, and what this will do is elevate us to the priority list. She told us who all's on that list. It's like Savoy, Muhammad,
Rantoul and CU.
Rantoul, and CU.
And then I think even somehow Monticello.
Monticello, because they're also in Pike County. So, yes.
mhm.
And it will be incumbent on us to feed them the information that we want prioritized.
And we got rid of them because didn't feel like we were getting anything back from them at that time, but that was us not using them is what really.
To a certain degree, it's a lot of things.
This is a yearly fee then?
Yes.
So we can try it for a year and see if
Yes.
we get some FaceTime or some social media.
You can lay it out, but what we get out is what we put in it.
Right.
You know,
We need to-
that's one thing, the chamber needs to get involved, they need to go ahead and promote it.
I have, okay, like I have given some, and they don't put it out there. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, the
Even-
chamber's not participating.
So
Okay,
can you
even-
see us when you do that so that we know you're doing it?
Yes.
I'm
but I
very
also
happy to
would
follow
like
up
you
with
guys
her.
to understand that they have a very large staff, that they should be, just as someone who does marketing, they should be able to pull it themselves. So them asking you guys to do this when you have a staff of 2 is kind of inappropriate for the amount of money they're asking you. And they're a member of the chamber. We're not a member of them. Like, so I'm not feeding them like a ton of information, but it's on the chamber website. They have staff that compile these calendars so they can do their job in bullet. That's just my hot take on it,
And
because
and you're saying that when we were members.
what?
You're saying that when we were paying
Yeah,
members.
last time they were here, they said, we don't even look for stuff, it's whatever you guys send us, and and she goes to Wheelhouse, like, how come the Wheelhouse always ends up on a restaurant week? Like, I mean, if we're being honest,
Well, they
I
probably
think it-
signed themselves up for restaurant wear, right?
yeah, you can, or if she already knows you exist. Like, it's not, I just think last time they really put the emphasis on it was you guys' fault and the chamber's fault, and I don't really feel that's a fair representation of what's going on.
And I would add one thing, that you shouldn't sit here and expect to see a clear ROI on this. Sometimes people might step into a restaurant from here and you have no idea why they're here. You know, or it might be that they saw something that, you know, caught their eye. You know, I mean, I just don't think you're gonna be like, okay, they're gonna bring 200 extra people here that's gonna spend $50 at this restaurant and generate X amount of money to justify the fee. I mean, since it's hard to quantify exactly what the benefit is. But you don't know what the benefit is. It could be big, it could, you know, all it is exposure, and it's also participating with your other peers in the county on an economic development initiative too, so.
I guess that's the thing, is like. To me, the return on investment is this stuff being out and on whatever their. Platforms are, that's, you know, and you're right, I mean, you're right, you can't quantify that with. People or dollars because you don't know, but if it's not there, then. We're just bad.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know how I would be able to measure exactly the.
You can't,
Yeah.
you can't measure it, no, and I understand that, I was, like, we talk about we as in who's we as. In giving them this information or. From here, for that. We're putting this on
It
the-
has been, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nora, it's been the ladies up front,
Yeah, like.
right? And that's not fair, that's not really their job.
Sure,
It-
you're right,
It's our job, I think, my job and our job to make that happen and not
In
say
my,
it's Debbie's job, it's because it is.
in my mindset, if we're paying a fee to be a part of this, they should be doing their due diligence. To reach out and get information. If they're just taking our fee and not doing their due diligence to. Help promote St. Joe businesses, they're just, it's a cash grab for them.
So maybe we have a conversation, maybe you have a conversation with them and just say, we discussed this. And I don't disagree with you, but I also think that we need to have a marketing plan. And we
Sure.
don't have one, and I'm getting concerned about that because it's just something that I harp on all the time.
Well,
It's
that's a
gonna-
good
So-
point. Maybe this becomes part of our marketing plan and we address it at that point.
And I'm happy to sit down with her and have conversations. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
throwing it on the table.
I'm not opposed to doing this, I just wanna make sure that we are getting something back out of it. And not just working over a lot of man hours to do it.
Well, there's not, I mean, I don't know what you all are wanting marketed exactly, so I mean, you have the fall festival, that's a. You know, a one-time push out, basically, and they can crib off of the, stuff like that, I mean, there's like. Well, I mean, that the little kid Halloween thing, I mean, is that what we're talking about? Are we talking about the Christmas tree lighting? I mean, that's another item. But
Well, I think if
Other than that,
we
like-
move forward with the tip, as things happen, those are things that could be rolled out.
and then we have new restaurants to open up, like, you know, yeah, we'll let them know and, you know, that kind of stuff, but it's not like there's 30 things a month either that, you know what I mean, but it's like. I don't want to, I hate saying this, but I think a little bit too much attention has been paid to this topic. I think that it's really, it's not something to, it's a membership, you don't know how to necessarily measure. And, how much are they gonna, I mean, I can't really just tell you how much we're gonna get out of it, but you don't have like events all the time here. That would be like a tourism type of event that they would market. I mean, I don't think they're gonna market like I said, the little kid event for Halloween.
Well, we just had the
Um,
Power of Pink, paddle pickleball thing that raised money for like, you know, a lot of things relative to breast cancer and all of that. I think those are things that we can talk about, like the Girl Scouts Community Garden. Once that gets up and going, those would be good things. We could talk about what we're doing in our community. Just, I'm not trying to continue this conversation, but those are just things that come to my mind.
I mean, the festival comes to mind like the Sand Run, but I don't know if there's a date determined for that, so. Any different things, if you had the 5K or whatever, I mean, like you said, it's the input of what everybody's got. And then submit it to them, but I am concerned if they've been getting the information, hadn't done anything with it. So, but Terry volunteered
All right, I'll take it.
and she's.
I'll even negotiate the money. How's that?
She's wanting to come in and give a presentation in the next month or so anyway, so you guys can continue
Just wait.
this. Well, I think,
I think I should talk to him.
I mean, you can wait if you want, but
I would like to wait personally. I'd like Terry to talk to her before. I agree. Not to put you on the spot, but because they can just go to the chamber calendar, right? Nor can they go to the chamber calendar and.
Yeah, well, and as far as like the festival goes, it was in the News Gazette, or whatever it is, with the summer fun guide or whatever they call it. So there are places for them to get this information. I just don't think it's like, and I probably got a little heated, but like, I don't like that it's like out there that like the chamber doesn't promote these things, because it's basically all we do is promote events in St. John's. And I really just feel they need to put a little oomph behind it and do their part too, because for last time she talked about the Santa 5K, but like I'm on their website right now and I can't even find anything about Monticello. And they do have like a tourism board over there and like they do crazy stuff with the railway museum and stuff. And all that's on here right now is like CU stuff. And I just like think it would be valuable if they're actually gonna promote you guys, then yeah, I give them the money, but if they're not, like you said, it's just some cash and grab, it's kind of lame on their part.
Is it like a newsletter mailing? Is it just like a news gazette? Is it just a
Website,
website
right?
or
It's
Facebook?
Experience
page?
CU, right? It's that website.
I have not either.
It's their new name.
Yeah, they have, it.
Yeah, it used to be,
Champaign Urbana Visitors Bureau.
There you go. They renamed themselves.
or no, it's a visit Champaign County.
yeah.
Visit Champaign County.
Then they changed to Experience CU.
People also, organizations and people also reach out to them. I'm bringing an event to Champaign Urbana. Where are all your hotels? Where are, your caterers, that sort of thing. So there's a whole other side. It's not just put stuff on a website. There's a logistical support side to that as well.
And they do, they do a lot of stuff, trying to get films to film in the area, and they had a movie filmed in Paxton and Monticello. I think Joe would be like good for that too, because it would be for like downtown. Yeah,
No, it was out as the Christmas one. It wasn't a Hallmark one. It was like a Hallmark.
It was,
Okay.
Yeah.
It was on a different network or something.
So what's your flavor?
I'll talk to her before next meeting and I'll come back and report.
The motion to table then, is that what you're saying, for the next meeting?
Yes.
Motion to table it.
Second.
You know, option table, can't you just table it?
Table it. I think the chair can table it, right?
We did motion on statements.
Yeah. We can do both. Okay. Consideration possible resolution supporting the Safe Routes to Schools grant application. We have applied for this in the past and they said we did put in a really good application. We didn't get it. And so the Regional Planning Commission, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, this is the one they did or are going to do for us. To try and do it again, and I think there's a map that's attached.
In your notes, it's not on.
It said, oh, okay. There is a map out there somewhere. And it's basically Fifth Street all the way down, Prospect. Sidewalk improvements, sidewalk construction, sidewalk repair. So bottom line is we might as well just apply. Can't hurt to throw the application in. It doesn't cost us anything to apply.
No, it
And-
cost us hours with Champaign County Regional Planning Commission. Sorry, but it's
No, you're
not,
right.
not money, but it's, right, it's just,
Just also go on the questionnaire with the schools and that.
yes.
Yes.
These items are kind of a high priority based on the data that was brought in. So we aren't strong applicants for grants. So just full disclosure, our income levels are high. And so this isn't the same as like a fire department or a like nonprofit or something like that. I mean, or a community with low income levels, like our applications have to be excellent. And I believe regional planning did put an excellent one together. It just depends who else applies for it.
So I mean, they're working on stuff. When I did that with BJ, one of the things they're looking at the irregularities of the sidewalk on Fifth Street. They're also looking at multi-use, because at that time I suggested instead of 4 foot to go to 8 foot for multi-use. And that way, just like today, I'm seeing kids go down the street. And I think that, you know, they're not losing anything, just try it, you know.
Our expenses are. The planning part and the engineering side, like we've already done that, right? So
There should be something with Farnsworth. As a matter of fact, I ran into, gosh, I can't think what his name is, but he did that, but some of that has changed hands. And gosh, I told his name, I can't remember now.
If we're awarded this grant, it's for $250,000, no match. But any additional cost for the project, once it's actually a official project and bid out, we have to cover that additional expense. So, and we're refreshing the cost estimates. And back in 2023, the cost estimate was $265,000. So we'll have those refreshed numbers, and I'm assuming this went up by 10 to.
Probably 300,000 total.
I hope not, but if there's an overlap and we get 250,000 out of it, we just have to cover whatever that gap is there. We can't hear
Or whittle down out of the list of the items. that we covered.
They're sure you can do it. I don't know if we can do that. It just depends on, we might be able to, but I don't want to say 100% we can. But,
Just a lot of these are lump sum items, and I mean, like, we also set out contracts for like our tree removal, so those are kind of things that you could maybe take out of some of this, or if your money on your sidewalk and other items go farther.
yeah, I mean, that's something we can explore for sure. It'd be nice if you could, rather than if it comes in dramatically higher, you know, but it would be nice, definitely. You'd think they would give you that flexibility, I would think. But,
Try to say.
sure.
Feel like,
So there's some
even though
things
this
that we
is,
use separately.
even though this is a non-match, it's kind of like an in-kind match. Yeah.
So I would just, we need to submit this resolution as part of the application. The schools have already produced letters of support for this as well, so we just need this resolution.
I make a motion, we approve the resolution, and I second it.
Any further discussion?
Wolfersberger,
Yes.
Cummins,
Yes.
Rath,
Yes,
Walsh,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Childers.
Yes.
Motion passed, 6-0.
All right, old business. Consideration and possible approval on the ordinance authorizing contract to sell approximately 14-acre tract located at 1563 County Road 2200 East to PK Elledge Development LLC. This is the property north of the sewer plant that has been discussed numerous times here. I think we're ready with the contract, right?
Yeah, we
Last
are.
time we had a couple issues, but now I think we're good to go.
There's a little bit of language in the ordinance that would allow us to do tweaking. So there's some
Okay.
blanks, for example, on their financing that we would fill in and stuff like that, but if it was something, what I call significant, it'd have to come back before the board, but we can do some tweaking if you want to.
Okay. Are you guys familiar? I know you are. Is this side familiar with this project at all?
Is this,
West Taylor,
the townhomes?
townhomes, yeah. It kind
Off
of
of
comes off of Evergreen and it curves back to the north.
Yep.
It's like 19 units or something like that.
Yeah,
We haven't seen a preliminary draft
it was in our packet
last time when
last
this.
month, right? Or, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. So I think we're ready with the contract and it's growth that we need. And recommend moving ahead. Any questions or issues?
Ready, you want, what do you want to make a motion? I will, I'll make a motion. I make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Cummins,
Yes.
Rath,
Yes.
Walsh,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Childers,
Yes.
Wolfersberger.
Yes.
Motion passed, 6-0.
Any updates for staff that you want to talk about here? Which, no, okay. Any board member have?
I got mine signed.
You got your sign. Thing from
My report's on your agenda.
your reports on that agenda. Nothing.
Well done. You read my report, I'm proud of you.
I actually read them all.
Are you taking Gavin out for dinner tonight?
No, every day is a vacation at Miller and Hendron, but I think he's already had his dinner.
Okay.
He's a good guy. He should take you out for dinner.
No, no more.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hearing nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
I can motion to adjourn.
Second. Okay. Done.
Done.
Do you want me to